there was the Ross Dellinger article that we wanted to talk about a little bit. That was kind of money being allocated and the back pay and all this kind of stuff. And
basically, they greenlit collectives after it was a grand total of 3 weeks that the collectives were not allowed. The college sports committee came through and was like, you're going to abide by this, and there's not going to be this, and this, and the other. And then as Andrew Brandt always says, there will be lawyers. And 3 weeks later, and not even like Josh Pate was talking about this the other night. He was like, yeah, it didn't even last the whole 3 weeks because they came together and realized, I'm sorry, not that they realized that they thought there was going to be like legal cases. But I bet you after the NCAA got their ass handed to them over and over and over
continuously
and over and over again, they were like, hey, maybe we shouldn't spend hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on this legal case that we're going to lose. And so they quite literally pulled a trump card.
Yeah.
They pulled a trump card and said, hey, old Tommy Tuberville, you want to reach out to old President Trump?
You remember you our guy, even though you're a terrible human and nobody likes you?
And President Trump signed an executive order stating, I want to make sure I get the wording for this correct. So this is from the executive order. It declares that schools should not permit athletes to accept third-party pay-for-play payments. The order states that the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, should use future federal funding decisions, among other tools, to force schools to abide by the administration's policy.
I swear to God, that'll stop your heart.
Sorry, I had to. You said McMahon.
Oh, no. Basically, what they're saying is they're going to use the purse strings of the government to hammer schools that don't abide by these rules, and you will abide.
I do declare.
I
mean, Columbia, is it Columbia that's about to pay the administration $221 million? I think I saw that yesterday.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, one of them. Because
they're also deadlocked in a fight with Columbia Sportswear right now, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like for branding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Columbia Sportswear is pissed at Columbia University.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Solely their name.
Well, because they had an agreement that any Columbia University like gear, whatever, shirts and whatnot, would also include like the
branding,
either like Columbia University or Columbia. I forget what their mascot is, but they were also to not use Columbia Sportswear's main like blue color in any of their gear, and they are, and Columbia is angry.
What about the mighty Columbia River?
They're
that was called that first. What about Columbia, South Carolina?
I got a soft spot in my heart for Columbia Sportswear. I worked in the old employee store for a while, stocking shelves.
I buy their stuff a lot.
Yeah,
I buy their stuff a lot. Anyway, we digress.
But no, this executive order is very interesting, in the sense of like, Dusty has always said, when we talked about this over the years, like somebody has to take control of this, and the government's probably gonna have to get involved. I am a very low government person involved in anything.
And I'm kind of the opposite, but I'll ask this, and you can respond on the fan text line 503-864-6326 and the YouTube chat as well. When has the government stepped into sports and it been a good thing?
Yeah, my point
like
is
that's the big thing. Like you and I have different views on the government.
Sure.
But when it comes to sports, look, if they were to step in and do something, I would probably have less of a problem than you if they were actually going to do something.
But here's the thing. I worked for the government.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, I've mentioned the fraud, waste, and abuse stuff. I'll mention this story again. I was on what's called casual status while my security clearance was being processed through when I PCS, when I went to another installation. When you go to a different installation, you have different clearances, different needs to knows, different classifications that you all have to kind of go through. And so I was on this status for about 10 days. And when you're in the military and you can't go do your job, you get put on casual status, and casual status means you're going to go do whatever the hell they tell you to do, because you don't just get to go chill for 2 weeks.
Right.
So there's a part on at least on every Air Force base, you have DRMO, and
which is
Department of Resource Management.
Thank you.
And we took a deuce and a half, that big 6-wheeled monster truck.
A deuce, a little deuce coupe,
a big dumper.
You don't know what I got.
And we went around from unit to unit on base, and every squadron, every group has storage rooms, and we collected computers from the previous budget cycle that were still in the box.
Oh yeah, you told me this.
And we didn't go give them to charity. We didn't go give them to schools.
You should have.
We legally, air quotes, can't.
I know.
So what did we do? We took them and we destroyed them. And we did this with hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of computers. And this is just what I did for like 7 days. And that is the last entity that I want touching my sports.
Yes.
I do not want them involved in any way, shape, matter, or form.
I agree, but on the fan text line, this comes across, and this is so true. Pretty sure our American sports leagues rely on antitrust exemptions from the government to even exist. That's true, especially when it's the charity, the nonprofit. And how long have these companies ran as nonprofits?
Don't like that either. But also the reason this is where it gets messy.
Because you can start arguing that it's run as a nonprofit because it generates so much commerce and creates so much economic boom for cities and television and markets, no matter what you live in. Man, I hate these people.
But even going beyond that,
I'm taking it down.
To get the antitrust exemption, what do the players have to become?
Part of a union.
Employees.
There you go. And that's where it stops, because the government doesn't want the college player to be an employee. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're getting at?
But also they're kind of forcing that to happen here.
They're kind of forcing
because
that
if they become employees, you can't tell them no because it's anti-capitalist.
Right.
You will get crushed.
It's better than them socialist communists.
That's
the same thing.
The NLRB and every single workers union on the freaking planet will come through and annihilate you if you tell somebody that they can't go get paid X from Y. Because you cannot do that.
Because this is America, damn it. This is America.
You're joking, but you're right.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's, I know.
Yeah, I know. I just eat crow about it.
But it is. You can't. If you're worth what somebody says you're worth.
That's so.
It takes one person. It takes one person, and that's why if you want to talk about the NBA right now and the restricted free agency stuff, it's like, well, Cam Thomas, Josh Giddey, Quentin Grimes, Jonathan Kuminga, they're telling you you're not worth $30 million.
Yeah.
You can go out and try and get it, but if nobody's going to pay you it, that's the way it's going to go. And if, in this case, if Nick Saban Cadillac decides Ryan Williams is worth $10 million and he's an employee, guess what? Yeah. He's now worth $10 million.
My mama always told me that you're only worth what you believe you're worth. That's called self-worth.
I saw a motivational quote last night. I can't remember who retweeted it, and I was like, "Oh, that's just corny." But then I started thinking about it. It was like, if you ever question,
hit you in the feels.
Well, it kind of made me think a little bit of the sense of like, if you feel like you're worth more than you currently are, whether it's in life or in your job, and you're not getting what you think, go somewhere else.
Yeah,
find where your worth is.
That's true.
And worth can change, whether it's monetary, emotional, spiritual, whatever, physical, whatever it is they're looking for, seek it. And I was like, that's corny, but also there's some truth to that, because we were talking about like the transfer portal and the parity in college football. Look, your worth may be your playing time. Your worth may be your mental well-being because you want to be in a place that you want to be wanted.
Yeah.
If you want to tie this back to the
like
NBA,
me right here.
Well, Damian Lillard. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
He came home to where he wants to be, and it's worth it.
Because he realized that some mental aspect was worth more than some monetary aspect. And I don't just mean money, but like rings and stuff.
Yeah, like you decide kind of what that is for you, and you can't have somebody else tell you what you're worth.